In February of 2008, a group of us from the NYU College of Dentistry went to a small remote village, Kasigluk, Alaska, to accomplish a number of things. We wanted to treat the young children, essentially from age 0 to 12, and provide them with all their dental care. We also wanted to educate children, parents, teachers about oral health. And the third part was we wanted to train local providers in oral health examinations and preventive measures, specifically applying fluoride varnish.
They have very little care available, and their health care and health is very poor. We tried to figure out how could we devise some type of a model that would be helpful and try to solve some of these problems.
So the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta is an area about the size of Oregon, and we have 54 small villages that we go to. And those can be pretty remote. There aren't roads out to these places. And people generally, when they come into our Bethel clinic, come in pain. So we're doing a lot of urgent care type dentistry.
Our biggest problem out here is access to care. In order to get from one of the villages to Bethel, where we are usually stationed, it takes flying or coming in by boat in the summer, and sometimes you're traveling up to over 100 miles, sometimes 150 miles to get to dental services. As you can tell, that's an extremely costly way to get your dental care provided. Our children are the ones that are suffering the most. I'm guessing about 70 to 75% of the children we see end up in the operating room.
One of the good things about this particular village was they had a fairly new community center. In this community center had a number of large rooms where we could set up our dental equipment. So we had electricity and we brought our portable dental equipment. Particularly because these sites are so remote, we have to bring all our own equipment. Not only our dental equipment and compressors and large items, but gloves, gauze, paper to write on. It's very impressive when you see us pull up at the airport to check in how much gear we have. And it's all essential.
So what are we making here, guys?
We're making exam burritos.
Exam burritos. And what does an exam burrito entail?
Well, the exam burrito, we start off with some gauze and garnish that with a little fluoride.
Okay.
And we were able to set up a waiting room, an exam room, and radiography room. These elements made it really easy to be able to see children and some adults. The community was extremely supportive. Without that, we really wouldn't have been able to see as many children as we did.
I was really trying to gauge and understand what their level of dental information they had, and they really weren't very forthcoming in the beginning about asking questions that they were unsure of. But by the end, after I'd seen 3 or 4 of their children, they were really more open to asking, pretty precise, detailed questions about oral hygiene, potential treatment in the future, and things of that nature. So I definitely felt like there was a positive change in attitude with the parents.
I trained 3 of the health aides, and I think they were a little apprehensive at first. But once they were able to sit down, and I demonstrated what we call the knee-to-knee position, where they actually, with the parents' assistance, lay the child in their lap so they can do a really easy exam and apply the fluoride varnish, they got more motivated. Also, I left them with a year's supply of the materials that they would need, the actual varnish plus gloves and gauze, all the accessories, and gave them my phone number and email so they can contact me anytime if they have any questions. I think they became more motivated about it, especially about the opportunity to provide something that's preventive, so they actually could avoid some of the problems they see down the road when they have to send these children off to the regional health center, most likely to be treated in the operating room under general anesthesia.
Oh, I thought that this week went very, very well. I think that We are going to see a lot fewer of the people from Kasigluk in Bethel. I think it's going to save a lot of money, governmental money, flying people in. I think the kids is going to save them a lot of pain. They're going to be healthy and going to school, and I think the people of the village were just very appreciative to have everyone out here.
The dentists that came are really good and friendly, and we learned to take care of our teeth and make sure we pass it on to our children.
I definitely think this type of treatment modality is very sustainable. We really try to provide comprehensive care, not just the short-term needs, but think long-term and really try to emphasize preventative measures.
The next step? Well, it's actually a very exciting time, because I would say to you that this went as well, if not better, than I imagined it would. So I'm really extraordinarily pleased. We completed the care of 90% of all of the children in the 2 schools. We did train the people there on how to apply fluoride varnishes. We did an assessment when we came in, so we know what the needs were and what existed. In 10 months, we'd like to come back, do another assessment, make sure that we did get a minimum of 50% decrease in disease. We're going to also compare how many children went to the operating room 10 months before we got there, and then how many went 10 months after we were there. So it's very likely that that number will also dramatically decrease.
I hope that this partnership continues and kind of can become a model for what we can use in the future.
We feel we can do this and invite 4 other dental schools with large pediatric programs, the leader of each one, to join us at the second village. They will become the leaders in the 3rd year, so now we will have 5 teams available to go out to villages, and hopefully 54 villages don't have to take 54 years to cover.